All right, guys. So I'm here at this other property in Greenville. Um, we have the other property in Fayetteville under contract, and that is good to go. We moved all the equipment out of that property. And what's good to have another property not too far from it is so you can move all of your tools and everything that you had in that property, and instead of putting it back in storage and having to move it twice, go ahead and move everything into the property that you're working on next. So I've just got done moving equipment that we had in the other property, and I moved it to this property. Even though I'm not ready to start on it yet, it helps me with storage space. So I just wanted to talk to you guys how I'm starting today. Today I came to the property. I would have videotaped it, but I came to the property, two contractors. One is the contractor that I'm going to be using for my landscaping, which I'm going to go over the scope of work real quick with you guys, and then also a plumber as well. I'm using different contractors for this property because of the distance that is far out. My team is a little further away. So they're going to be newer contractors that I've never worked with that will be on this project here. So I met with them this morning. We went over pricing, signed a contract with my landscaping, and then I'm waiting on estimates from my plumber. And we're gonna move forward with that. But just so you can see what we're gonna do, what is the scope of work for this property? The first thing is the roof. The roof is gonna get done, but before I can get the roof done, which I already have my roofer, before I can get the roof done, there's a whole lot of shrubbery and a lot of trees that are overhanging the property. So before I do the roof, I have to get the trees cut. So first scope of work, the first thing on my scope of work is going to be landscaping. So I just talked to him. You guys will see this because this is going to get done starting tomorrow. And he said it'd take about 2 days to do it. We're going to trim these trees up. I'm not removing them, but we're going to trim them up. We're getting rid of this bush right here. We are getting rid of these bushes. We are getting rid of these bushes. So you guys are going to see that next video. We're getting rid of this bush. We're going to clean this whole driveway up. We're going to get rid of all of these limbs, clean that up, the vines, some of the brush here, and this limb that's hanging over the property right here is going to be removed along with this one. I'm not taking the whole tree out. I think it's in between our line and the neighbor's line as well, but I'm just going to get rid of the limbs that overhang the roof. Once that is done, then I can get my roofer in here to start working on the roof. This property and then my other properties, typically we always start on the inside and then work our way out. But on this one, I'm gonna start on the outside and work my way in. One, because I want to take a break a little bit anyway before my contractors run up in here and start that whole inside work. And two, because just visually, when I pull up to the property, it's just me, it's a mental thing. I like the yard to be clean. I like the outside to look good. I don't want neighbors to think what's going on in there. So for me, I just like pulling up to a property that looks pretty good. So I want to get the outside of this property cleaned up before we actually start on the inside. And there's no rush on this one. This one I'm going to take our time with. We're not going to rush it like we did the other one. We're going to take a little bit longer, so there's no rush. Also, another thing is we had electric on, but I thought I had electric on in the property. So as soon as I get in the car, I need to get my electric on, get the water turned on, and everything. That's probably the first thing that should have been done, but been slipping, and I didn't have that, and I forgot that I didn't get that done on this property. So I'm gonna get that done as soon as we're done. Work for plumbing though. My plumber came in. I had to go over the scope of work with them. So let me show you guys. This is our only full bath in here. Of course, it's getting totally gutted. But this is a 1.5 property. So what's gonna add value to this property and really get us top dollar for this neighborhood is that we're gonna turn this half bathroom. This is a half bath. And this had the water heater in here. The water heater was in here. Little dividing wall that's not load bearing. And this is a half bath. So what we're gonna do is convert this bathroom, which is connected to this room, which we're gonna make the master. And we're gonna convert this to a full bath. So we're gonna put a stand-up shower, tile surround around it. I'm not gonna tile it individually. You're gonna save a little money there, just doing a complete tile surround. You know, the ones you can buy together. And a stand-up shower, and convert this to a bath. So we're gonna take this property itself is gonna give us the value that we need to get the top level of the comps. We're turning this into a 1.5, which our comps are 1.5s, and turning it into a 2. And it's going to be one of the few in this neighborhood that is actually a complete 2. So he's going to do that. He's going to convert that to a full. I have a full here, and then we're going to take the water heater, move it from in there where they had it, and we're going to move it right here to this hallway closet. And what makes it easier for him to do that is the fact that this property actually has a half bath, or excuse me, it has the wash and dryer connections in the kitchen. It's one of those old school homes that have the wash and dryer in the kitchen. So since the water lines are already here and the hallway's closet is right there, it's going to make it easier. So that's what we're going to be doing. And last thing I'll mention is that what I'm doing now, because I'm taking tomorrow off, I'm gonna have a couple of days where I'm just waiting on them to finish landscaping and I'll be able to relax at home. But I wanted to get a few things done. There's some mold that's in the kitchen, so I've sprayed it with a mold killer. I'm gonna let that sit, and then I'm gonna have my mold remediation person come in and do. I might try to do some myself, but I have a guy that does it, and I think I'm gonna end up using this guy to go ahead and remove the mold. Again, we don't have a rush on this property, so I can take my steps and take my time on each step and get things done and not rush everything like we have the other properties. We're gonna take our time and have a little peace on this property. So guys, I'm not gonna keep you updated on every step like I did the other project. I am gonna let you see pictures. I'll probably post some before and after pictures, but I won't do it as many as I did on the other property. I will tell you though, if you want to see videos that we have done, if you want to see more detailed videos, some stuff that I haven't posted on Facebook and Instagram, you can go to we have a YouTube channel. Haven't really launched it, but it's out there, and I have more videos than I put out on social media on Facebook and Instagram, and it's called Flipping with Grace. So if you go to YouTube and look up Flipping with Grace, you'll be able to see some of the videos of other properties and pictures of other properties, and you'll see more detailed stuff. And I'll probably put more content on that and just send pictures on Facebook, just so I don't bore you guys. I know you're bored. But anyway, God bless. We're on to the next, and we're praying that God is blessing us with this one as well. God bless you guys.